Good morning, artists. Today I'm going to show you another way you can add the makoko houses to your paintings. So last week we drew the houses on top of our paintings, and I know for some of you it was kind of hard to see what you were drawing because the pencil wasn't showing up dark enough on top of the water. So another way you can add the houses is you can draw them on a separate sheet of paper first, which many of you have already done. And then you can cut them out and glue them on top of your painting. So I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to cut out the houses that I've drawn on this other piece of paper. I'm cutting out each house one by one, like this. So this is the first house I'm cutting out. And I'm going to cut around the stilt shapes that are there on the bottom of the house. And then you can glue it in the lower right-hand side of your paper. I would use glue, white Elmer's glue versus a glue stick, because sometimes a glue stick doesn't hold all of the edges down as well as if you use white glue, white school glue. So this is my first house, and I'm going to glue it on the back. And then you can stick it on top of your painting. And it will be easier to add colors to the house now that you've drawn it on a separate sheet of paper, because it's kind of hard to add colors to your houses when you are drawing on top of the paint. So here I'm going to stick this one like that with the stilts sitting on the bottom of my paper. There. Okay, now it's time to cut out my second house. So I'm going to follow the shape of it. And I only drew 4 in 1-point perspective because I'm just trying to make sure I have enough room for all the houses to fit. So this is the second house. I'm going to cut very carefully around my lines. There's the second house, and it's going to sit right like this on top of the other one. So now I can glue this guy down. And once you have all your houses glued onto your painting, then you can take some time with markers or colored pencils or oil pastels to color them in. So now I could take and use an oil pastel, and I can add some of the detail, some of the color onto the houses. And it will show up much better this way than if you're drawing on top of your painting. And I can have more control in terms of coloring them in. So that's another way you can add houses to the makoko painting, is to draw them on another piece of paper, cut them out one by one, and then glue them on top of your artwork. So grade 4 and grade 5, you should be getting started on this, and we will talk about this process again on Wednesday.